So I watched Spiderverse a few days ago, and I have to say my favorite character outside of the main ones that we had in the first movie, hands down, has to be Hobie. Hands down. This video is not going to be a video where I'm very organized. It's just me talking about Hobie passionately because I really love his character. So the first thing I want to talk about, or that I liked about Hobie, is the fact that this man was Miles' only true friend throughout the entire film. His friends were really hiding things from him and keeping him in the dark. But Hobie, from jump, he was just saying thought-provoking things. Hobie was foreshadowing the entire plot through his dialogue alone after meeting Miles. There's certain things they're like, I don't follow the rules and neither does he. And then Miles was like, oh yeah, I'm going to the HQ, and Hobie like face bombed. He really, in a sense, didn't want Miles to go. He was protecting Miles the entire time. He even built a watch for Miles while conversing with Miles. He was analyzing the situation, right? Analyzing the situation, understanding that Miles' canon event hasn't happened yet, and making a watch for the worst case scenario. He said things like, don't enlist till you know what you're fighting for. When Miles was talking about he wants to join the Spider Society so he can see his friends. He's like, yo, don't enlist until you know what you're fighting for. Or until you know what you're fighting. And he's just foreshadowing the entire show. And when you go back and listen to his dialogue, he's saying everything that was going to happen before it happened. But Miles, he was just so in his head. I was like, yeah, I want to join this. I mean, my friends again, that he couldn't see what Hobie was saying. Hobie was saying things like, propaganda only distracts you from the truth. And he says, you're not ready for the truth. Much less like everyone else. And at first glance, it's like, oh, he just sounds like Miles' mother or whatever. But in reality, it's like you're actually not ready for everyone else because everyone, in fact, did try to stop Miles from going back home. So Hobie is like a W friend. Like he built the watch, and he didn't even go after Miles to try and stop him. He was like, "Yo, I quit, fam. I'm not going after you." It's like I quit, and he just went straight to Gwen's universe, gave her the watch, and like he bounced. He appeared at the end of the film though to go on a rescue mission to save Miles from Earth 42. And with all of this evidence, Hobie's just a W bro at the end of the day. He's easily just Miles' best friend, or Miles' only friend, that entire movie. Of course, I'm not saying that the rest of them weren't, but Hobie was just Miles' true friend for that entire movie. He didn't try to stop him or do anything. Another thing I liked about Hobie is the fact that he's just so humorous and funny. If he's not saying anything that's foreshadowing the plot, he's saying something that is just so funny. And the way how he views the world. Of course, he's on some anti-capitalism and social commentary type of vibe, but he doesn't come off as preachy. He just comes off like as a punk kid. That's all he really does. He doesn't come off as a preachy person that's commenting on everything and politics. No, he's chill. He's just chill and funny with it. Uh, he said that he doesn't believe in consistency, but he's also consistently changing, and we can tell by that through his art style. Another thing I love about Hobie is his art style. I love how like when he's around people, he cares about his pink or like the pinkish purple vibe, but he also has his collage newspaper bristled vibe. Nothing about him is consistent through the entire movie. He's constantly changing, but for some reason the animators made him blend perfectly with the background. So props to the animators because this is a visual masterpiece. But I'm gonna save that for my Spider-Verse review. Right now I'm just focusing on Hobie. Hobie's animation it's just perfect. Constantly changing. It looks very pleasing, and everything. Back to him being humorous though. Even when we got his character introduction, and he's like, "I got bit by a," and then he pauses and said, "Wouldn't you like to know?" He's very cheeky, and he just says things like this all the time. Even when they were fighting the spot, he says that I don't believe in comedy. Just kidding. Daniel Kaluuya really nailed this character. The way how he just delivers his jokes, it's just crazy to me. I really love Hobie. Hobie's just one of those characters that just can steal a show. He's like that one character in anime that's a side character, but he's everyone's favorite character, like Gojo's and the Killuas and things like that. Hobie's that for this movie. Hobie, Hobie's just a W, bro. I also like the cute moments that he had with Mayday, Peter's daughter. That's just cute. Like when he said, "Oh, taking a crap on this establishment, I salute you," and he high fived her, and she was like giving him a look of approval as well. It was just a cute moment, and I love how he's so unbothered by everybody that even Miguel can't Miguel can't stand him, but he can't stand him at the same time. Miguel wants to ignore him, but Hobie's just there, just chilling. And he's like, I was gonna ignore you. And he's like, nah, bro, I ain't even here for real. Or here. Or here. Yeah. I love, I love Hobie. Hobie's just one of those characters. You also have to give Hobie props because he's actually a very good person. Considering the fact that Gwen never had a home, she was basically homeless after she left her universe. He really took her in and became best buds with her, became roommates with her, went on a few missions with her, understanding how she was to the point where she felt comfortable like expressing herself because we know Gwen doesn't really do the friendship thing anyway. So the fact that she considers him a friend just says a lot about the type of person that he is as well. He also like lets her wear his shoes and stuff, like just crash at his house because she has nowhere to go. He's like a W friend for that. I think more than that, he's more of a big brother towards everyone. His relationship with Pav is just wholesome, you know. The fact that they just meet each other and start like play fighting mid fight, is crazy to me. I really like the relationship with him and Pav. I just love that he doesn't like the system or how inhumane the system is set up at the Spiderverse Society, like the Go Home machine. It really looked very inhumane to Hobie, and he just doesn't like the system. So I think from day one he wanted to like destroy it because he didn't really like it, and then he figured out who Miles was and saw that as his opening, and he did it, I guess, or he let it happen. But he's a W, bro. I mean, from jump, even another thing that I just realized, even from jump, he told Miles to use his palm the very first time they met each other. But that's also foreshadowing the fact that Miles would have to use his palm and use his Venom Strike to come out of the entrapment that Miguel set up for him. Oh, speaking of Miguel, I'm gonna talk about Miguel too. But onto Hobie, you know, Hobie was just a W friend the entire movie. He really was the guy that made Miles survive and leave the spider establishment to save his father and everything. Or try to save his father, I should say, because we don't know if he did it or not yet. But I can't wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse because I just want to see more of Hobie. I know that Noir is back. I want to see what's the thing with Noir and Penny and all of them. I want to see how their entire group is gonna work. But yeah, Hobie's hands down the best character in the movie. Outside of the main ones from the previous movie, he's the best new character. Not written wise, not like analytically, because you could just say that's Miguel. But just as a whole, as a personal character, Hobie takes the cake easily. But yeah, that's my review on Hobie. That's my thoughts on him. Best character. I love this character. I would love to see a movie about Hobie alone. Just him just doing random, just regular Spider-Man stuff. But that aside, that's the video, and these are my thoughts on Hobie. Great character. I'm making other reviews on other characters in the film, so make sure to check that one out if you want to watch that. But like the video, please, and subscribe if you want to or want to see more content from me. But yeah, thanks for watching.